Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Jordon Lawrenz here on solo duty for the EWC Boys and Girls Basketball Breakdown. If you're listening right away on Tuesday, the date today is February 15th, 2022, and we've got some big time conference matchups in boys basketball. We're going to start with the boys, and then the girls is headlined by the WIAA tournament. State basketball coming up. Can't wait to talk all about it. But first, let's talk some boys. Last week, we saw 4 games take place. Brillion defeated Chilton 63-37. Basically, what you would expect in that game. A nice, solid win for Brillion. Jeremy Lorenz led the way with 17 points. They also had Parker Braun with 11, and then Grady Geiger with 13. So that 3-man crew, all of them in double digits, as Brillion got the win at home over Chilton. This was a very close game. Kiel beating Valders 49-46. Obviously, Drew and Robert talked all about last week. The Valders big upset where they beat Brillion at home, and now Valders falls to Kiel. Kiel, a very feisty team when we talk about the standings. We'll talk about how they are still very well in it, and they were led by the one and only Pierce Arns, 24 points in this game, 10 of them by way of the free throw, so not bad at all. Grant Munn's 14 boards and 11 points to add on top of that. Falls into Holstein in a close one, as you would expect. Bottom of the conference teams, they were battling, and I can tell you Sheboygan Falls beating Holstein by 4, 55-51. Really good game overall. Phil Casper, 16 points. He was 1 board shy of a double-double. I got to see Phil Casper when Roncalli played New Holstein at New Holstein, and Roncalli kind of shut him out, but I knew there was potential there, and yes, indeed, Phil Casper leads the way in a losing effort for New Holstein. No stats up for Sheboygan Falls, who came out on top in that game. And then finally, Roncalli beating Two Rivers 66-46, just a 20-point win, but they were up 40-19 at the half. So TR came back in it in the second. 19 points for Luke Pouts, and then how about this? Reese Stengel with 16. That's some big-time stats for Reese Stengel. The only other thing I wanted to mention in the non-con game that took place on Saturday, Roncalli with a buzzer beater win. We put the video on the EWC Instagram and Facebook story. And my goodness, Yonda does it again. He's got 2 buzzer beaters this year. Overall, this was a 17-16 game at the half. Very, very low scoring as Roncalli hosted Little Chute. Little Chute 11-9 overall in D3 action. So a big non-con win for Roncalli as they head into a very tough week. And it all starts here tonight. Let's talk about it on the 15th of February. Let's look at the standings real quick. So right now, Brillion and Roncalli are both at 10-1 in EWC play. Kiel is very close. Kiel is 9-2, and they're right behind. Valor's 7-4. Chilton the opposite at 4-7. TR 2-9, and the New Holstein and Falls are both at 1-10. But it gets interesting at the top. Brillion 10-1, Roncalli 10-1, and Kiel 9-2 tonight. Kiel is at Brillion. This is a big time battle. Obviously, if Kiel were to win, they would be 10-2 with Brillion. If Roncalli tonight is able to defeat Valders on the road, which we know is no easy task, Valders at home is something else. But say Valders beats Roncalli and Kiel beats Brillion, we would see Brillion, Roncalli, and Kiel all at 10-2 atop the EWC. As I said, things can get very, very interesting this week, especially knowing the game we have on Friday. The first time Brillion and Kiel met, it was a 30-point win for Brillion. That was back on December 21st, obviously at Kiel High School. But Roncalli Valders, we know the story there. Another blowout the first time around. Now it's Valders getting to host. Valders just coming off that loss to Kiel, so things could be interesting. Sheboygan Falls is at Chilton, and New Holstein is at Two Rivers. Those are the games Tuesday, February 15th. And obviously the big ones coming up on Friday. It's more of the big one as we have Brillion at Roncalli. The big rematch. Roncalli did not shoot the ball at all. They shot the ball, but they didn't shoot it well at all in the first meeting. They put up so many threes, and it was just not a good game for them, but they still hung in it. And I think that was the story of the game. They held Jeremy Lorenz down. Grady Geiger was actually the one leading points for Brillion. Luke Pouts led the way for Roncalli, but this is such a big matchup so late in the season. It's going to tell a whole lot in this game as to who comes out on top and just kind of how that point differential is, how things are looking. Chilton is at Kiel, so I don't expect Kiel to lose in a EWC action on Friday. Valders at New Holstein. I expect the Valders win there. Then TR at Falls. You can most likely expect a TR win, but never count out Sheboygan Falls, so you never know what could happen. But obviously, all roads lead to Brillion Roncalli on Friday, and depending how Kiel and Brillion goes this Tuesday tonight, if you're listening on Tuesday, things could get very, 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 very interesting in the standings. Speaking of, let's take a look at the girls' standings in EWC action. Not going to talk about any of the games coming up this week because we're just going to talk about the tournament and how the brackets are unfolding as we stand. Brilliant on top at 12-1. New Holstein 1 loss behind, 11-2. Brilliant has won 11 straight. New Holstein has won 5 straight to keep themselves in it. Kiel 10-3. Chilton 7-6. Valders 5-8. TR 4-8. Falls 2-10, and then Roncalli yet to win a game at 0-13 in EWC girls play. So let's start at D4. We've got sectional number 4, and this is where Valders finds themselves there, the 6th seed. D4, sectional 4 on Tuesday, February 22nd. Valders is the 6th seed, and they get to host Horicon. That game obviously being played at Valders High School, and then if they win, they play Winnebago Lutheran Academy, the 3 seed. Other teams in this bracket, Ozaki is the 7 seed. They host Kohler. And then the 2 seed is St. Mary Springs, the 1 seed in sectional 4, Laconia. So it could be a very, very tough test for the winner if they're able to get out. Manitowoc Lutheran, the 4 seed, also in there. We know what happened last year in boys action with Lutheran and Roncalli. So you never know what could happen when if we get a little Lutheran Valders matchup. I combine magic and matchup, but I just wanted to point out that Manitowoc Lutheran is the 4 seed in here as well. Howard's Grove the 5, so watch out for them in a potential Howard's Grove Manitowoc Lutheran matchup. All right, EWC play Division 4 Sectional 2. This is where we find Roncalli. They are the 12 seed. They head to Coleman. This game also Tuesday, February 22nd. Roncalli on the road at Coleman. 4 seed is Oconto, and the 1 seed is St. Mary Catholic. Then we go to the bottom half. Mishicot is the 2 seed. That is a scary, scary 2 seed. And then Bondul is the 3 seed over in Sectional 2 of Division 4 play. So that's what we got there for those. And then we have a very, very busy Sectional 2 in Division 3 action. It's a lot of EWC teams all tied up in the action. Look no further than number 1 Brillion. They're at the bottom half of Sectional 2. They'll get to play Friday night. Who will they play is the question. Will it be Denmark? Or will it be EWC foe Sheboygan Falls? Falls is the 8th seed. They get to host this game next Tuesday night as they play Denmark, the 9 seed. Other teams in this matchup for Brillion to potentially play later on. Kewanee is the 5 seed. They will host Sturgeon Bay on Tuesday, next Tuesday that is. And then the 4 seed is Oostburg. So Brillion, Denmark, Falls, Kewanee, Sturgeon Bay, and Oostburg all on that side of sectional number 2. And then it gets very, very busy at the bottom. EWC teams left and right. Kiel, they are the 3 seed at the top half of here. Campbell Sport is on the road at Chilton. So Chilton gets to host themselves a tournament game, and that will be hosting Campbell Sport. If Chilton wins, they will play Kiel. And then Two Rivers, the 7 seed, they find themselves getting to host Southern Door, and if they are able to win, they will play New Holstein. So New Holstein, the 2 seed, Kiel, the 3 seed, Campbell Sport, Chilton, TR, and Southern Door all in this bracket. But we could very well see an all EWC game to decide who goes on, as we've got Brillion and then New Holstein and Kiel as the 1, 2, and 3 seeds in this part of Sectional 2 in Division 3. So that's what we've got here in the EWC Boys and Girls Basketball Breakdown for February 15th, right around the 10-minute mark here today. Can't thank you all enough for the support in the first 2 episodes. You know we'll be keeping these up, and you know we'll be focusing a lot on the tournament And stay tuned to our Instagram, EWC Sports, and the Facebook, EWC Sports, along with the Twitter. We are on there as well, relatively new account, but we're going to look to get that more active as we go. So thank you all for listening, and we will see you all right back here next week on the EWC Boys and Girls Breakdown.